for joining me today. For this video, I made this spring equinox dress. Very goddess, maybe Persephone vibes even, or Ostra, the goddess of the spring equinox. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. For this dress, I used Lutterloh, this Lutterloh pattern from supplement 305. I'll talk about the modifications I made at the end of the video and throughout when you see my process. I'm very happy with this. I've been wanting to sew a kind of fantastical type dress for a long time, but I'm very happy with it. It was a passion project. I'm super happy I've sewn it. I was inspired by this designer I saw on TikTok or on Instagram. I'll show that now.
This is the Instagram page that inspired my dress. I don't want to mispronounce this, but I will put the link in the description of this video. So as you can see, they are very whimsical. I love almost every design that they've put out. It's just, I would love to own a dress like this one day. Very whimsical, very my style. It's just, I don't have the funding currently. And you can start to see a lot of their dresses do have that kind of triangle shape on the bodice. And that's partly of what inspired me to do the pattern that I chose, because I really like that style, especially the way that they use it in their designs. And I'm coming up on, yes, this is the dress that really inspired me. I didn't do the buttons, but I did try to keep this triangle shape here. I didn't go as deep in the neck, but this is essentially what inspired me. And I originally thought that they used tulle, but I think after doing a little research, might be maybe more of a mesh fabric. There's something that's more of a softer fabric than tulle. Tulle is very stiff. But yes, very whimsical. They are an inspiration, obviously, and I do aspire to own one of these dresses one day. I do encourage you to check out their Instagram just because it's wonderful just to look through. But yeah, that's my dress inspiration for today.
So as you can see, their dresses are very whimsical, even a little fantastical, and I'm so happy to have tried to replicate that in this dress. I wouldn't say I came super close, but I'm happy with my level of skills and what I was able to produce. I'm very happy with my dress. I can't say enough about it. I'm very happy with it. Sad I can't wear it more often. Come join me throughout the video to see my process and what I did, what parts of the pattern I stuck to, and what things I modified, and I hope you enjoy. I have finished my mock-up. I am very happy with gathering the shoulders together. I didn't do this side, just this side, but I like the cinched look. I'm undecided if I want to eventually do sleeves. I'm gonna wait till the end to make that decision. But I gathered 2 layers of tulle. I think when the tulle and the fabric are the same color, it's going to be a much more cohesive look. I don't know that I have to do too many more layers than that to achieve the look I'm going for. And I really like this pattern so far. I like the pyramid shape. I do think this could actually be a cute shirt if you lengthen this. I think that's something I might play with in the future. But this is the mock-up. I'm happy with it and feeling confident. So time to cut into that fabric again. Now that I'm partway through sewing the bodice, this is one of the back pieces. I would suggest if you try this method, or for any new method you try, do the back pieces first. I don't know why I didn't think to try to do gathering on the back first, and then whatever changes I wanted to make, I could make to the front, and no one would be the wiser. But anyway, when I cut the tulle, what I do is I'm probably going to cut pretty, or like 1 inch or so out from here and these edges, and just leave a bunch of fabric on that side. That way I have plenty to work with to gather in this way. And I'm not really concerned with perfectly lining things up because I've just been cutting the excess off of the tulle that's been gathered. And so I've just kind of have a very easy flow going right now, but that's what I would suggest. Like, leave yourself some space on these sides, like by a few inches, and like a foot on this side, just to make sure you have plenty to work with. I have sewn most of one side of the tulle to my cotton fabric. My technique that I've gone with is to do a loose stitch on top and pull the fabric as a pulled stitch gather, and then on the bottom to gather the 2 layers of tulle by folding them over and pinning them down. And when I've put it on, it kind of gives me the draped look that I'm looking for, and so that is the direction I'm going with. For the skirt, the cotton fabric, I gathered it with a single stitch and pulled the gathers together. With the tulle, I've gathered it manually and pinned it down. I did 1 layer, and I'm currently working on the 2nd layer and just using the same pin and pinning it down all the way through the length of the skirt. And I'm just going to keep layering it until it is my desired look, the look I'm going for. I'm not sure yet, and that's my typical process, is just to keep going until it gets to a place where I like it. And for me, it's hard to visualize things, so I just have to kind of do it and then seam rip it if I don't like it, or add on to it. And so that's where I'm at with the skirt. This is where I am with the spring dress project right now. I did cut off the bottom of the cotton fabric and the tulle fabric. I was very precise. It's very precise with the cotton, not as precise with the tulle, which is why it's so low down there. So I will have to fix that. I've added a gathered tulle trim to one of my 2 layers of tulle in the skirt. So my next step is to add a layer of tulle trim to the 2nd layer, and that'll really fill it out even more, and of course fix this in the back. And then I do plan on putting some like red flowers on the bodice and some green leaves on the skirt to kind of tie in this color theme together. Don't know if you could tell with this V, I did put some red in the bottom of it, so it kind of tie in the red and green together. And I'm also thinking about adjusting the neckline to open it up a little bit more. I don't think I will be adding sleeves. I kind of like it without, but that is my plan. Here's my dress update. So for the bottom of the dress, I added some ruffles to the tulle, and I added them on the top and left some of the trim or gather of the top on just for a little bit more drama. And then where I had cut the cotton, it was too short and it felt really thin with my just 2 layers of tulle, and so I added a long ruffle layer to the bottom of the skirt, and that's really filled it out. It makes it look much fuller, added some drama back to the dress. I'll be adding these red flower appliques to the bodice, and then these green leaves to the top of the skirt to kind of just give it this flow of all the colors flowing together and a little bit of drama. It's supposed to be like a spring equinox dress, and so I wanted it to be very springtime, very dramatic, goddess-like. So that is my plan, just to make those few modifications, add some appliques, and wear my dress. Thank you for joining me on this journey of how I sewed this very whimsical spring equinox dress. So let's break down the modifications once again. I sewed this dress pattern from supplement 305. I lengthened the skirt a little bit. I kept the bodice pretty much the same. I cut the neckline to be a little lower, and I cinched the sleeves by gathering them a little bit. Other than that, I didn't make any modifications. I love that pattern so much. This bodice with the half triangle, I'm seeing it everywhere on Instagram and stores. It is very trendy right now, so I was really happy to do a pattern with it. Something I want to do is also sew a shirt with it, just to do the shirt part with maybe some puffy sleeves for the summer. So if you're looking to be really trendy, I would say that pattern, especially the top, is very on trend right now. So I'm very happy for my next project to be more practical. I want to sew these pants, and I actually own a few pink cardigans for work and a pink blazer, so I actually will do the pink. I just ordered the fabric today, so I'm very excited to do something more practical that I know I can wear often, and so that will be my next project. I want to say thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great Easter or spring equinox, or just enjoying the weather in the springtime. If you like my videos, this is a Lutterloh dedicated channel. I only do Lutterloh videos because I really enjoy the pattern. I enjoy that they give you a template and you kind of just run wild, do whatever you want with it. And that's my style of sewing. So if you like Lutterloh, or if you're interested, subscribe, like the video if you like the video, and I will see you next time.